Hello, Jack and Jill. Thanks for having me over. Are you excited about moving to California? Awesome. Would it be okay if I gave myself a quick tour? Great. And if it's okay, can we use a kitchen table so we can lay everything out? Super. Now, let's talk about getting you to California. Now, the first thing I'd like to do is review your situation and what's important to you about making this move. Sound good? Great. Now, I have 3 bottom line questions for you. Are you ready? Number 1, are you definitely ready to sell your property? Great. And number 2, will you price it to where it will sell, or are you okay with it just sitting on the market? Okay, I don't think so. And number 3, and most important, do you want me to get it sold for you? Excellent. Very good. Now, Jack and Jill, the purpose of this meeting is twofold. Number 1 is for me to provide you with some very important information about what it's going to take to get your property sold for top dollar and get you to California by June, right? Right. And number 2 is for us to decide if the right thing for you is to partner with me in the sale of your home. Does that sound fair enough? Great. And whether you decide to hire me or not, I hope it will become clear through this meeting today that my commitment is to help you get what you want. If I can't help you, I will tell you today, because I'm not interested in getting just another listing. I'm very interested in getting you to California because that's what you want, right? Great, then we're on the same page. Now, there is one key item that we need to address, and that is to determine the right price to set on your home to cause it to sell. Because obviously, we don't want to put it on the market and have it not sell, do we? No, not at all. So here's what I'll do. As soon as you decide to hire me, I'm going to do everything it takes through my action plan to get your home exposed to all of the qualified buyers in the market. Because that's the kind of exposure you want, right? Great. So the key is to establish the right price that will cause those qualified buyers to be excited about their home when you see it, right? Great. In preparation of our meeting today, I did a thorough marketing study, also called a competitive market analysis. Are you familiar with these? Okay, great. There are 3 main parts to the marketing study. Number 1 is the active listings. These are your competition. I call this Dreamland because it's what people want to get for their homes, but we really don't know if it's actually going to sell for that price, right? Right. Number 2 are the expired listings. Do you know what these are? Yeah. These are houses that didn't sell at all. They wanted to sell, but something went wrong. I call this Neverland. And you can understand why that is, right? Because you never want to be here. And number 3 are the sold listings. I call this reality because this is what is telling us, what the houses and what the market is actually going for, right? So we're going to focus on the solds. We're going to focus on the solds today because obviously to get you to California by June, in which of these 3 categories do you want your home to end up in? That's right, the solds. Okay, so the market analysis, the purpose of a market analysis is to determine the value of your home based on how a buyer will look at it and how an appraiser will look at it. And I'm sure you can understand how important that is. Great. First, the appraiser, because that's who the lender is going to hire to determine the value of your home based on what homes are going for in the market and what buyers are actually paying for now. Does that make sense? Great. And secondly, to make sure we price it in a way that will make it attractive to buyers. Because are buyers only going to look at your house? Or are they going to shop around and compare yours to others? Exactly, they're going to compare it. So when a buyer looks through a home, what do you think they are comparing? That's right, all of that. They're comparing the features such as the quality, the condition, the location, and are they comparing price? They absolutely are comparing price, yes. So, are you ready to get started? Let's take a look at the solds that I have for you. Now, how many bedrooms does this one have? 4. How many baths? 3. What is the garage size? It's a 2-stall, okay? And what year was it built? 2005. And what is the square footage? 2,500. Good job. Okay, now, have you seen this house on 616 Cucamonga Street? No? All right. Well, theirs has a little more value than yours, and I'm going to tell you why. Because they put granite in their kitchen counters, and even though you updated them, you didn't bring them to that quite of quality as they did. And they have a little bit more property than you, not too much, but a little bit more. Otherwise, we're in a good comparison. So does that make sense? Great. Now, what did their home sell at? What is this price? $450,000? Yeah, that's it. Okay. And how many days did it sell? 15 days. Now, how's that going to work for you to get to California by June? Pretty good, right? If we can sell your home in 15 days? Yeah. So based on what the market is telling us, what do you feel will get buyers excited and choose your home over the competition? About 425,000? Okay. So, after reviewing your home and based on what the market is telling us, I'm suggesting that we list your home for $425,000, and you can see why that price is the right price. Great, because that is the best price to get for your home in this market in the best time possible to get you to California by June. Isn't that exciting? Absolutely. Do you have any questions with what we just covered? No? Are you ready for the next step? Great. The net sheet gives us all the costs associated when a buyer sells a home. And it also tells us what you're going to get and what you're going to walk away with at the end of the closing. That's something you want to know about, right? Great. These are all standard closing fees and expenses. Do you have any questions with this? Okay. So based on a realistic price of $425,000 and a closing day of June 2, here are your total estimated net proceeds to you at closing. Now, Jack and Jill, is this a figure you can live with? Great. Awesome. So we'll put it on the market at $425,000, which we agreed is the right price, correct? Awesome. Well, I'm ready for you to put me to work. Are you ready for the next step? Okay, great. Can I lay out what's going to happen next? Here are some highlights. First of all, we want to make sure that your home shows at its best, right? So I bring in my stager who will consult you for about 90 minutes, and she'll go through your home and we'll look at your home through the eyes of a buyer, which will really be beneficial. So we'll get your home to look its best, right? Awesome. Next, I'm going to be preparing the marketing for your property and launch my pre-marketing campaign, because you did want me to get your home exposed as soon as possible to the market, right? Exactly. And next, I'm going to launch my 10-day marketing blitz. Doesn't that sound fantastic? Oh, it is. It is. Your home will be marketed to all the potential buyers out there, including the real estate agents' buyers in the MLS. And in addition, I have it syndicated to over 15,000 real estate websites, including the most popular ones that buyers go to online. And you can understand how that online exposure can be, right? Exactly. Because you did want me to get you the right exposure to bring in the best buyers, correct? Well, that's exactly what you're going to get with me. And based on that exposure, assuming that the market is going to bring us the results we're looking for, we're going to have a lot of buyers traffic. So with that in mind, then I'll follow up on all that and choose the best offers. And then I'll negotiate all those offers to ultimately get your home sold for top dollar to get you to California. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to start packing? Well, not today, but soon. All right. So Jack and Jill, do you have any questions before you let me help you make this move happen and get you to California? Okay, well, if you could just initial right here on the CMA and the net sheet, and then we'll take care of the rest of the paperwork, and then I'll get to work. Congratulations. Congratulations.